Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video from the bunker in Kentucky. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, great Americans? The SAVE Act is upon us to vote for. This has been a long time coming. This is absolutely needed. And to watch all the liars and fools and idiots on social media and in the Democrat Party try to say that this is going to stop people from voting is just a sick, disgusting lies. Have you ever heard the phrase, the big lie? Well, here's one of the big lies that has been floating around for decades now and is just so absolutely stupid and ridiculous that it's so hard to believe that people actually believe this lie. Well, the lie is that somehow, if you require an ID, a photo ID to vote, that somehow that's racist, or somehow that's going to stop people from voting. That is the absolute most ridiculous, stupid thing I have ever heard. And I've been listening to that on the news for years and years and years, and nobody does a really good job of just rebuking that and burying that stupid, ignorant propaganda lie from the Democrats. Well, the SAVE Act is going to require an ID to vote. Here's just a few things in your daily life that requires an ID. Tell me if any of this is racist. You need an ID to buy alcohol. Sometimes, if you look young, you need an ID to buy cigarettes or tobacco products. You need an ID to buy firearms and ammunition. To practice your constitutional right to bear arms, you need an ID to practice your constitutional right to purchase firearms. You need an ID to buy certain medicine. Hey, healthcare is a universal right, or so the left says. The Democrats say healthcare is a universal right, and yet it requires an ID to buy medicine. It requires an ID to get on an airplane. It requires an ID to rent a car. How about checking into a hotel or an Airbnb? You're going to take a little vacation? You better have your ID. You got to have an ID to check into a hotel or an Airbnb. Sometimes you have to have an ID just to enter certain government buildings. Just to go into the building, you need an ID. How about applying or renewing for a passport? Or just applying for your ID? You need an ID, right? Getting married. The two lovebirds you want to get married, you got to have an ID. How about something simple like adopting a pet from a local shelter? You need an ID. If you want to go rent some equipment, you want to rent some party stuff, you want to rent a car, you want to rent something, you need an ID. You need an ID to get a loan, you need an ID to get a credit card. Come on, man. Is all of that stuff racist? Are blacks and others prevented from doing any of those things in America today? But somehow it is racist to require an ID to vote. That's just the stupidest, most ignorant thing ever. And here's the rub, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the real rub. All those millions of illegal aliens that Biden allowed to illegally enter the country and that Trump is trying to do what he got elected to do and deport them, Democrats let those people in so they would vote for them. That is why, one, Democrats are going berserk in the streets over ICE deporting them, because ICE is deporting their power base, the base, and their voter base. And number two, regarding this SAVE Act, that's why Democrats and lefts and liberals are lying through their teeth about the SAVE Act, because that will also prevent illegals from voting who manage to sneak in and stay in the country. You know, that's what's really going on. All these lies about requiring an ID will stop blacks and Hispanics and others from voting is just a dumb lie. You don't even, you can be a low IQ person and still understand what a stupid, dumb lie that is. No. This is all about fairness, and it's also about my right to vote. Think about that. Every real American citizen has the right to vote. And if you vote and some illegal alien or somebody who's not allowed to vote sneaks in and votes in the opposite direction, that means they've taken away my vote. That's unacceptable. We have to pass the SAVE Act. It has been a long time coming. There have been too many stolen elections and fraudulent elections, and we just can't have it anymore. We must pass the SAVE Act. According to the news yesterday, Susan Collins, who is a rhino, finally came on board with the SAVE Act, so that's good news. There's a possibility that a couple Democrats might, like John Fetterman. John Fetterman might be the only remaining Democrat in the Democrat Party who has any common sense. It's amazing how things develop, right? When John Fetterman ran for office, everybody mocked him and made fun of him because he wore a sweatshirt and he little strange guy. Turns out he's the smartest guy in the bunch. So we must pass the SAVE Act. So make sure you tell your congressman and your senator to pass the SAVE Act. And that's the message for today. Oh, and one other quick message. Our ongoing theme is stay the course. Stand with Trump. Do not get wobbly kneed. I'm telling you, man, this is election year, and that means the fake news media and the legacy media is going to just lie through their teeth. They're already lying about the economy being bad when the economy is booming. It's great. We have actually surpassed the deficit with money coming into the government because of what Trump has done with tariffs and everything. We've established great trade deals. Watch how that stuff all starts kicking in over the next year. The economy is doing great. Trump is doing great. Peace deals across the globe, new trade deals, building new relationships. Trump is doing a fantastic job. Do not listen to the lies of the fake news media, because I'm telling you, when it comes close to any election time, the lies and the fake news become hip deep. Don't believe them. Vote red. Give Trump the tools he needs to get the job finished. He's making America great again. He's done a great job so far. He needs more Republicans in Congress to really finish up the big items. You must vote red this year in the midterms. Stay the course. Stand with Trump. I stand with Trump. We stand with Trump. You need to stand with Trump. Trump has earned our loyalty, not just with words like previous politicians have, but with deeds, and putting his own life on the line. 3 assassination attempts. Trump has stood with us and put his life, and is just like the founding fathers who pledged their lives and their treasures to the revolution. Trump literally has pledged his life and his treasure to the revolution. He has survived 3 assassination attempts, and I can't even count how much attacks against him and his family, and he is still trying to make America great again for you and me, and he deserves our loyalty and our support. So stay the course. Stand with Trump. Vote red this year. Vote Republican. Republican congressman, Republican senator, governors, everything, but especially congressmen and senators, and governors too. Vote red and pass the SAVE Act. We need the SAVE Act. It is not racist. It is not disenfranchisement. It is just right and the honest, good thing to do. And I will see you in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.